our final video in the introductory series to the objective personality system. In the last few videos, essentially all we did was talk about the human needs and the 512 different ways in that they show up. Now, the human needs govern on a minute-by-minute basis how the types express themselves. They come through no matter what the context.
But depending on the context, the same 512 types can still come across as very different for various reasons. Growth of fixed mindset, age, political beliefs, culture, etc. We want to claim in no way that human needs represent a complete picture of human behavior. In this video, we want to represent an aspect of human personality that's different from the human needs, but works in similar ways: the social types and the social hierarchy.
Now, the social hierarchy describes where people subjectively see themselves in society. At the top, at the bottom, or somewhere in between. It categorizes people into 4 types that are defined by the different needs for social interaction. Essentially, they describe broad inherent narratives that people feel compelled to play out throughout their life. In comparison, the human needs are the tools to follow that narrative.
Like ops types, the social types seem to be an inherent part of your personality that acts similar to genes. You cannot change your type, and it predisposes you to certain behaviors. The general idea behind social types gained traction after discovering the research of economist Gregory Clark. He doesn't talk about social types, but he argues that genes play a huge role in determining social status.
So we call the 4 social types, very descriptively, the number 1s, the number 2s, the number 3s, and the number 4s. The number 1s see themselves at the top of the social pyramid. They're driven to become champions and leaders. The number 4s see themselves at the foundation of the pyramid. They're the community builders who prioritize friends and family in their life. The number 3s are the classical specialists who want to contribute by mastering a particular craft. And the number 2s are the typical entrepreneurs who create systems and organize the tribe.
We define and track the social types using 4 social needs. These social needs have similarities to the human needs and the animals, but they are independent of them because they do describe a different aspect of personality. The 4 social needs come in 2 pairs, forming 2 binary coins that have an introverted and an extroverted side.
The first pair is the ego-friends coin. Ego is the need to stand out and rise above the crowd, while friends stands for the desire to connect with family and friends. As with the human needs, we always have both social needs, but one is a savior and one is a demon. We often don't say ego, but we instead call the social need flex, because this is what you do when you have a big ego, you flex.
The second social coin is called specialized responsibility. It describes the kind of responsibility you prefer to accept. People who say they specialize are the typical technicians or specialists. They tend to focus their efforts on a specific niche that they master, while neglecting the whole outside of the responsibility. People with zero responsibility are the opposite. They accept broad responsibilities, trying to keep the whole ship afloat, while they tend to neglect any specific area. They're the typical entrepreneurs and managers. Essentially, ego and specialize are the introverted sides of the coins, and responsibility and flex, the extroverted ones.
We stack the social needs in 4 specific ways in order to get the 4 social types. The number 4s have friends first, specialize second, responsibility third, and flex last. The number 3s have specialize first, flex second, friends third, and responsibility last. The number 2s have responsibility first, friends second, flex third, and specialize last. And the number 1s have flex first, responsibility second, specialize third, and friends last.
As with the human needs, one coin is at the poles and the other is in the middle. Your first needs are your saviors, and your last needs your demons. There's a greater imbalance between the needs at the poles and the needs in the middle. But there are also a couple of differences compared to how the human needs work in the stacks. Not all stacks alternate between introverted and extroverted saviors. Number 3s have 2 introverted saviors, while the number 2s have 2 extroverted saviors. The sequence of social needs is fixed for every stack. If you know the first need, you know the whole stack. Alternatively, if you know both saviors, you also know the whole stack in sequence. This is how we usually type. We look for saviors and demons in both coins, and this gives us the whole social type.
For example, if you're savior responsibility and savior flex, you're automatically a number 1. And if you're savior flex and savior specialize, then you're always a number 3. So why is it that way? We don't really know just yet. It just seems that the trained operators can consistently track their guesses independently using these definitions. What this indicates is that it is simply just how the social types manifest in people. But as we said previously, social types are a brand new addition to the system and are just not quite fully understood yet. More research is needed.
When it comes to social types, we only scrape the tip of the iceberg with this video. There is so much more to say, which we will do in future videos. For now, please just keep in mind that they represent an inherent and subjective point of view. They seem to be there from the start, and not something you develop over time. They're about where you see yourself belong. Social types are not about where you actually are or even should be. Some of the most successful and famous people are number 4s because they're simply the best at what they do, like Joe Rogan or Lin-Manuel Miranda.
We believe that social types are an important piece of the puzzle in the journey of self-growth and self-realization. Essentially, your social type defines the broad road that you want to go down in your life. They're generally less visible because they represent a long-term sense of direction in your life. In comparison, ROPS types are the vehicle that you use to travel the road that the social types build. They're more immediate and come through no matter the social type or other aspects of your personality.
This video concludes our introductory series to the objective personality system. You're now familiar with the basic notions, terms, and how everything fits together. In our opinion, OPS types and social types represent a fundamental aspect of your personality. Knowing them and how they play out for you can be a huge asset for you in your personal development and daily life.
However, we're not claiming in any way that they amount to the complete picture of human personality. There are many aspects that have a considerable impact on your life. Also, as we mentioned throughout the series, there is so much more to explore and talk about when it comes to the system. Human needs, animals, social types, and all the rest. In future videos, we'll do exactly that with a focus on applying this knowledge to your daily life.